Let's talk about the dismissive avoidant attachment style as it comes to sex. In this video, I'm going to be talking about mostly heterosexual relationships just because that happens to be the people who come to me, not that I have anything against any other type of relationship. And if you are in any other type of relationship, please let me know down below so that we can all learn from each other if any of these things relate to you, or what are the similarities and differences that we can look out for. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dana, for requesting this video. And if you guys have any questions related to relationships or attachment styles, please put them down below and I will make a video about that. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So the dismissive avoidant attachment style, of course, is afraid of intimacy. And when I refer to intimacy, I'm not talking about sex, I'm talking about emotional connection. So what they usually find is that they can have great sex with people like one-night stands or people that they are not emotionally connected to. So they usually really like sex with a partner that there is no emotional connection to, and they then can find that there is a lot of liberation, and even they can open themselves up emotionally to certain people who they will not see again. And that is like the tricky part of the situation, because once they get into a long-term relationship, they might find that they are very focused on performance because they have a core wound of inadequacy, and they have learned that they have to perform to acquire love and affection. And during sex, they might be very much in their head and their heart might be closed. So to the other attachment styles, how they might experience that is that the partner is a little bit withdrawn, and sometimes the other attachment styles might see this person as being selfish or self-centered because they are so deeply thinking about themselves. However, most of the time they are thinking about, how am I performing? Am I meeting the other person's expectations? And this might actually take away from the pleasure of the experience for both parties. So it takes extreme vulnerability to be in a connected sexual experience. Sex is something that has layers to it. We can experience it as a purely physical, mechanical, just like a primal thing that we do with our bodies. And we can also experience it as a very deep bonding experience. So for other attachment styles, besides the dismissive avoidant, most of the other attachment styles would love to have that emotional connection while they are having sex, or you would call that then making love. However, the dismissive avoidant can really struggle with that because of that intimacy factor, and they might find themselves having some kind of sexual, I wouldn't say dysfunction because it almost sounds like it's pathological or it's something that has to be solved with medication, but it's mostly about emotional connection and difficulty with connecting vulnerably. That will then maybe switch them off of sex. So a lot of their partners might feel like at the beginning they were having sex and it was okay, and then as the relationship progressed and there was more connection, the sex also kind of dried up. Another reason why sex dries up in a long-term relationship for a dismissive avoidant is because often they do not voice their needs, they do not voice their emotions, and they have an inadequacy wound that can be easily triggered through their partner criticizing them, or they perceiving criticism through what their partner says. So this means that they will shut down physically and emotionally and withdraw from the relationship, and that is going to put them off of sex again, and that makes it then very difficult for the other partners, especially for like the anxious, preoccupied and the fearful avoidant partners who really look for reassurance through the sexual experience, and they look for connection through that. All right, so what can we do about that? Of course, for the dismissive avoidant, it's extremely important to start healing. I did a whole video on this, so go and have a look at that, how to heal the dismissive avoidant attachment style. Of course, if you are the partner of the dismissive avoidant attachment partner, then you can just suggest that video, but you can't force anybody into this work, right? So it can be a suggestion, but don't pressure the dismissive avoidant to do this, because that will just make them feel even more criticized, even more shut down. Keep remembering that they have a wound of inadequacy. So if you keep pointing out their flaws to them, it's going to make them feel extremely uncomfortable. So if the dismissive avoidant partner is willing to do the work, you can send them some of my videos. However, if they are not willing to do the work, what you can do is be very gentle and open with communicating what you are feeling. Okay, so you can just say to your dismissive avoidant partner, like, you know what, I've noticed that there is this thing where we don't usually connect sexually so much anymore. And I'm just wondering what could make it better. Okay, so be very solution focused and focus on the positive. You know, tell them how much you do actually enjoy the experience and how much closeness it brings to you, and maybe guide them a little bit to what you want in that space, but be very positive. Instead of saying like, no, I don't like when you do it, when you do this, be very, very positive and say like, oh, this feels really good for me. Can we do a little bit more of that? How does that feel? How does it sound for you? Bring fun into the bedroom. Lightheartedness always helps, and positive reassurance always helps, because it's going to put your dismissive avoidant partner in a more relaxed state where they can be safe and grounded in their body and not so much in their head. Of course, practices like breathing practices or some like very basic tantric practices, you know, like a neck massage, maybe a foot rub, maybe something that just brings both of you into the moment, into your bodies, is going to help a lot. And also talking about sex outside of the bedroom, not just in the bedroom, because in the bedroom, it's a vulnerable experience. So taking it outside of the bedroom and speaking about your preferences, just in a very light-hearted manner, talking about what you do like, what you want more of, asking your partner what they want more of. And of course, healing the dismissive avoidant style. You know, get the dismissive avoidant, ask them about their needs, like what do they need, what do they want, and that is going to start to heal the dismissive avoidant attachment style. And how it does that is, remember that a dismissive avoidant attachment style was created because their needs were neglected or rejected, actively or passively, through their caretakers when they were growing up. Which means that they have learned to become hyper independent, take care of their own needs, and shut everybody else out. Okay, so that means that when they start to ask for their needs to be met by other people, and they start to see that, hey, this actually feels good, I can trust another person, that attachment style begins to heal. Right? So those are the simple little things that you can do for your partner, and just say like, hey, you know, like, do you like more of this, or does this feel better? Does that feel better? And just bring their attention to like, okay, you see, I'm asking for your opinion. I'm sharing with you, or not really sharing with you, but I'm asking for your opinion. I'm asking for your needs. How does it feel when your needs are being met by me? Okay, just a little side note for the other attachment styles like anxious, preoccupied, and fearful avoidant, who tend to self-abandon in sex. Just make sure that you're not doing anything that is breaking your own boundaries. And this might be something that you have to be very aware of in the bedroom if you're used to doing that. Because for you, you might be thinking, oh, okay, I just want to please my partner. I want to have this great connection. I really love satisfying my partner. I love giving them what they need. Up to the point where you sometimes, in the moment, you don't realize it, but afterwards you might go like, maybe that didn't feel so good. Maybe I didn't want to do that. And then you might be angry with your partner. However, it is you overstepping your own boundaries because you are scared to have a negative reaction from your partner, or you're not asking for what you need from your partner. Okay, so I understand it's a very tricky balance, and especially talking about sex for the first time, if you're not used to doing that with your partner. you can just, start to slowly incorporate these conversations and just make them fun, make them positive. Talk about what you do want, talk about how much joy it brings you, talk about like, can we explore this, that, and the next thing. Basically, guys, get securely attached. It is scientifically proven that securely attached individuals have a better, more satisfying sex life. Okay, so if you have not been inspired enough to heal your attachment style, maybe that is going to be something that will inspire you to work on your attachment and heal it, because it can bring you a lot of satisfaction, have a lot of self-confidence. And when there is self-confidence, trust, love, and a feeling of safety, that is the key. That is that secret spice to an amazing sex life. Okay, communication skills, amazing sex life. So work on that. Let me know if any of this applies to people of the same sex. I'm sure it does. Maybe transgendered couples or any other type of relationship that you have. And I will see you in the next one. Big love.